Bodh Gaya in Bihar in northeastern India is the most sacred of all Buddhist sites since it is where the Buddha attained enlightenment under a pipal tree. The tree, often known as a Bodhi tree or a tree of enlightenment, is at the center of the Bodh Gaya complex. After the Buddha's death, cuttings of the original Bodhi tree were sent to holy sites around the country. In the 3rd century BC, a cutting was taken to Anuradhapura in Sri Lanka, where it grew into a huge tree. In the late 19th century, a cutting of this tree was brought by the British back to Bodh Gaya and planted where the original tree once stood. Beside it is the Mahabodhi, or Great Enlightenment Temple, and all around are buildings and trees associated with the Buddha's enlightenment. Although Buddhism lost favor in India in the 2nd millennium, the site has been a major destination for Buddhist pilgrims for over 2,000 years. According to tradition, Siddhartha Gautama, or Shakyamuni, arrived in Bodh Gaya in around 590 BC. Intent on attaining enlightenment, he sat under a pipal tree to meditate. After 49 days of meditation, he achieved enlightenment and spent the following 7 weeks in Bodh Gaya deliberating how to pass on his understanding to others. In approximately 250 BC, the Mauryan Emperor Ashoka, a Buddhist convert, erected a temple commemorating the Buddha's enlightenment at Bodh Gaya. It did not survive, but the present structure was erected on the same site in the 2nd century of the Common Era and repaired at various points in its history. This Mahabodhi temple is the most notable element of the Bodh Gaya temple complex. It is a stone structure with a central shikara. It rises up like a narrow pyramid and ends in the form of a Burmese-style stupa. At the 4 sides of the shikara are entrances to the temple, and at the corners are smaller shikaras, probably added later to conform to Hindu temple designs. The facades of the central and 4 corner towers are covered with niches that were originally filled with statues of Buddhist figures relating to the 4 directions. These have mostly been replaced by an assortment of statues recovered during restoration. Next to the temple is the Bodhi tree surrounded by a stone throne, known as the Diamond Throne, which marks the spot where the Buddha sat. Monks and pilgrims circumambulate the tree and place offerings before it on the throne around the tree. Many elements of the temple complex have been repaired by Burmese Buddhists, first in the 11th century and again by devout Buddhist rulers from Myanmar in the early 19th century. So there are many Burmese stylistic elements in the sculpture and architecture of the buildings. Restoration work was completed in the late 19th century by the British under General Alexander Cunningham.